Hey guys, it's Lou and welcome back to another video. So as you may or may not know, the new Laundry Day Stuff pack finally came out, and with all the new items and furniture, I was really inspired to make a build using the majority of the new items. So I decided, looking at the decor and all the things from the pack, I decided to go for like a kind of cottage home thing. And also I haven't made a house with like this rounded roof, so I thought I would try to make that to see if I could make it work, and I think it ended up looking quite cute. So yeah, and this house is a tiny house, it's a tiny home, it's for a single sim. There was only room for one bed, and I did think of this house as being kind of like a retreat kind of thing, not necessarily being their full year house, if that makes sense. Just because it is so small and it is so simple. But on the other hand, it could definitely work as a full-time home, but it is a little bit secluded and it doesn't really have that much room for guests and things like that. So if your sim is introverted, I guess this could be a good house for them. But yeah, I really wanted to try to stick with the theme of the stuff pack, which was of course laundry, but also a lot of rustic living decor items, so I wanted to see if I could incorporate that. And because that you can now wash clothes also by the wash tub, I decided to add in like a little pond. It is actually a pool, so your sim could swim in it, which I thought was really fun to see because she would, like, my sim would constantly jump into it. But it is actually a pool, but it looks like a pond, and I thought that would be kind of cute because with the wash bin, normally that was something you used to do by a pond or something, so I decided to put the wash bin outside by the pond, by the clothes drying thing. I'm not quite sure, the ones you can hang your clothes on, to put that outside, and then imagine that they could wash their clothes with the water from the pond. So yeah, it makes sense. But anyways, this is this tiny home, but it does really have everything you need. The only thing I didn't have was like a computer, but that was also just because I didn't think that the person, like, or the sim living here, I didn't feel like they would be like super tech savvy because of the whole look and the feel of the house. And also, if it was just a holiday home, it could be like a perfect time to just like get away from everything. So that is why it doesn't have a computer. It does have quite a big kitchen when you think about it, because it takes up a lot of the space, but it only has like the necessities for what you need in the kitchen, so it's not like too big or anything. It's exactly the space you need. And I had so much fun building this because I don't feel like, I think it's a long time ago I actually made like a cottage type of house. I did one that was definitely with like for outdoor retreat kind of feel, because I got that pack and I decided to make it on one of the lots in that new world. I don't remember what it was called, but the one where basically your sims can go on a vacation. So I really wanted to make that kind of vibe, but more cute, if that makes sense, and not make it like a wooden lodge kind of thing, but just make it like a cottage house. And yeah, I think already now from the front yard, I was having so much fun, because I think even though this is a big lot, I really like when you just have a little front yard, or kind of have a little space in front of the house that's like closed off. And also it allows you to like decorate it, but kind of you have a limit to your decoration, because I'm really bad at decorating like huge amounts of backyard, for example. I'm really bad at that. So by me closing off the front yard portion, I really felt like that allowed me to make a nice layout for like vegetation and flowers and stuff like that. And I decided to go for a little bench out front in case they wanted to sit out in the evening or while it was sunny or things like that. And there's also going to be like a bench. I think I'm going to put that in a second. But yeah, I'm putting in the laundry stuff now, because that was kind of the whole inspiration behind this. So it does have a drying thing. And also, even though I did put in a wash tub, I actually do have a washing machine, and that is simply because I thought about it, and if the sim is like, I don't even know, but it needs, like, you gain fitness skill from it and things like that, and in case you wanted this home to be used as like for an older sim, it's probably going to be hard for them if they can only wash their clothes using the wash tub. So I decided to also put in a washing machine, also in case if it was bad weather or things like that, your sim doesn't have to go outside and wash it. but it does still add kind of like, it's kind of cute decoration as well, even if you don't decide to use it. And for the pond, of course it is a pool, but I tried to do everything I could to make it look like a pond. I think it's the first time I've used, one of the first times I've used this murky water. Normally I don't really like it because it's really, really green and looks really disgusting. But when I put in all the rest of the, like the lily pads and things like that, it actually looked like a pond to me. And I thought, you know what? I mean, ponds are not blue, so it doesn't matter. And also, your sim can still swim in it, and they don't care what color the water is. So, perfect for that. And I didn't put, what's it called, stones all the way around the pond, even though I normally would do that to kind of conceal the pool-like sides of it, because it is quite straight, the lines. But on the other hand, I thought maybe if this was a pond, but it was like mushy around it, they would kind of build something up so you can't like accidentally fall into the pond or something. And I chose the green like border around it, so I didn't feel like it was that noticeable in the end, and hopefully you won't think too much about it. But now if I will be moving inside, I put in a little bench outside so you can see. And actually my sim would sometimes go out there and eat if it was good weather in the morning, when she would eat her breakfast out there. And I thought, that is so nice, because normally my sims kind of neglect every seating I put outside if there's something indoors and something that's closer, but she actually did go outside when it was nice weather to eat there, and I really like that. So, and also if you have guests, they can sit outside, you can be 4 outside. But for the bathroom, of course I didn't have room for a sink, because it is a tiny home, but I did put the kitchen sink not too far away from the door, so it wasn't like a big hassle for when your sim used the bathroom. They would just go out and just wash their hands right outside the front, like right outside the door to the bathroom, not the front door. And yeah, for the kitchen, as I said, it's not like I put in more counters than needed. There's only one counter so your sim can prepare the food, but I still feel like it took up quite a lot of space in the house, and I'm not quite sure if I did something wrong or something. Of course, I did put in the washing machine there, but I don't know if that's just me. And also, I put the washing machine in the kitchen. I don't know, is that because at least here in Europe, it's normal for your washing machine to be in the kitchen, especially if you live in a flat. But normally, like, also of course you put them in the bathroom if there's room for it, but 9 out of 10 times they will be in the kitchen. Is that something? Is that a thing? Other places, like in the US, is that a thing? I don't, because normally I feel like in the US they have like they're washing in the basement, and like you have these cool laundry chutes like you can throw down. Is that a thing? I've only seen it in Home Alone, but I thought it was super cool. That would be actually really cool if you could have that in apartments in Sims 4. They should add that. That would be super cool. Anyways, sorry. Moving on, I decided to go for the dining chairs that came out with the new laundry pack, of course. And they're like this wickered material, and I do really like them. I just feel like the color options are a little, I don't even know how to explain it, because there are a lot of colors you can choose between, like blue and green and yellow and orange, things like that. But I feel like I wish there would be a more like organic looking color, if that makes sense, like kind of like a birch wood, like a light beige, because with the other decor that came into this pack, it's like a lot of dimmed down colors and just a little more rustic looking things. But I feel like these chairs and also the couch, the new wickered couch, I feel like they're kind of what's it called, like really colorful, and I don't mind that. It's just I feel like when you put in a lot of the other decor, it kind of creates a mood, and then it kind of pops out when there's like bright colors. But I mean, it still looks nice, but it would have been nice if there had been some more toned down options, because I kind of had to go for the orange ones. I put in the yellow ones to start with for the dining chairs, but it just became too yellow because I also have that little runner on the table that was yellow, and it just became too yellow for me. I did have a pop of color for the couch I'm putting in. It's going to be, it has like blue seating. I really like that one, actually, out of all of them. It kind of reminded me of, what's it called, Perry the Platypus, because it was like blue and orange. So I'm putting that in now. Yeah, I really like that one. I'm not entirely sure why, but yeah, I did end up putting in a little living section, and of course a hamper, because your Sims are going to throw laundry everywhere if they don't have a hamper. And as much as I love the downsizing mechanism or ability that you can have in The Sims, this is my problem, because if you downsize something, scale something down, then everything you put on that item will be like hovering above it. So if you actually want to like cheat something onto it, you know, by pressing down Control 9 and then like manually lift it up, it will snap to the top of the actual thing, like where it would have been if it wasn't downsized. And in this, I don't know if you saw in the clip before, I had like 1 billion frames because I wanted to put that tiny frame on that little side table, but for some reason it just kept finding new places to snap to the original placement, so I was getting so frustrated with it. That's really something they should fix, in my opinion, because that was so annoying. Because there should be just a whole, in general, like ability to manually switch off snap to grid kind of thing. Also for things hanging on the walls, because at one point I wanted to have like a curtain but in front of a bookcase, but because the bookcase was by the wall, it would constantly snap to the wall and it was just bugging me out. That would be nice. Anyway, sorry. Here are the screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed. It is up for download in the Sims 4 gallery. Okay, my chair started creaking now. If there's anything you want to see, let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure to like. And if you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!